Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about the CBDC changing everything soon and not for the better. And when this CBDC system, guys, gets up to full strength or moves at full speed and is now worldwide, or they activate it worldwide, this is going to hurt for every last one of us who want nothing to do with the system. Now, 130 countries, guys, are right now looking to launch or are talking about launching their version of the CBDC. Now, when you read articles about the CBDC, and for those that might not know, CBDC stands for Central Banking Digital Currency. You'll hear articles talk about how each country wants to start their own. Ultimately, guys, this is going to be one coin or one style of money, if you will. There won't be United States, Canada, UK, Uganda, Nigeria. It won't be any of those countries' currency in the future. When they activate it, if you will, or when they go online with it, it will initially be bought out as, you know, again, Zimbabwe currency or Canadian currency, digital currency, that is, sorry, UK digital currency. But the game plan, or the long game, is, or the end result, sorry, is to get to one world currency. So right now, it's not one world currency, though it pretty much is. They're just, you know, rubbing shit on it and calling it something else. But right now, guys, it's digital currency for different countries around the world. They are no longer, guys, pretending that this is for the betterment of humans or for the betterment of society. They are actively out there right now telling us that the control that they're going to have and could have with digital currency. Now, this guy in this video, I don't know who he is. I've been trying to research who he is. I can't find it. But listen to this video from a guy within the World Economic Forum.
And the one final note I will make is that if you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just about digital forms of physical currency. You can have programmability, you know, units of central bank currency with expiry dates. You could have, as I argue in my book, a potentially better and some people might see it, or a darker world where the government decides that units of central bank money can be used to purchase some things, but not other things that it deems less desirable, like, say, ammunition or drugs or pornography or something of the sort. And that is very powerful in terms of the use of a CBDC.
Now, as you can see in the video, he talked about how they can control what you buy. They can control how you buy. They can control the fact that, and he mentioned firearms. He didn't mention ammo, but I'm pretty sure that's where or maybe he mentioned ammo, but not firearms. And still, guys, they are already happy and excited about how they're going to ruin your life. Because this, guys, as we all know, for a lot of us who knew about CBDC, who've been researching it, who've been following it, we know where this path is going. We know exactly what direction this path is going in. We know how they are looking to control us every aspect they can. And the ultimate control, guys, is currency, money. That's how they control you. Now, obviously, you know, through social media and all this other stuff, they control us as well. Or not us, but you guys, especially people who do stupid social media trends, whether it's TikTok or Instagram, right? Got a lot of idiots now doing the, what is it called? The NCP, the non-playable NPC, non-playable character bullshit. Please, I don't even want to get into that. I found out how much one of those TikTok creators make doing the non-playable characters reenactment. Right? They make $7 grand a day acting like a character they can't. I don't forget it. It's just going to piss me off. Point is, guys, is that if they can control the money, they can control what you do. Oh, they don't like people doing those non-playable characters on TikTok. They'll control the money that way, and now you'll do something else. Oh, they don't like prepper videos talking about how to take care of yourself and how to thrive and be self-sufficient. We're going to control that as well. We're going to shut down your account. Hell, YouTube will just shut your account down. Now, guys, this is what it's all about, but now they're saying it in the open. That's the more alarming thing about this whole thing. They're not saying, well, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do this. They are stating they their plan. They're putting their plan out in the open. The WHO is now talking about the pandemic treaty. You guys heard about this for probably about a year now, year and a half, maybe 2 years. The pandemic treaty, which I'm doing another video on, they're actively saying what they're going to do and how they're going to control people through the pandemic treaty. CBDC, they're saying the same thing. Guys, they are no longer hiding it. They're telling us our plan and then telling us to go fuck ourselves. Now, guys, a lot of people are still talking about cryptocurrency, are still talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all this other bullshit. Right now, if you can invest in it, I guess, but they're going to outlaw those sooner or later, guys. Digital currency cannot compete or will not compete with cryptocurrency. They just won't do it. So for right now, they're letting it slide. But you see how they're browbeating cryptocurrency. Listen, I don't believe in cryptocurrency either. I think it's fucking bullshit. I think it's snake oil. If you have a chance to invest and make some money out of it, or offer stupid people who invest in it, by all means. But if the powers that be, if the elites, the governments of the world have issue with cryptocurrency, they're going to outlaw it, guys. They're going to outlaw it so that you could just work with their digital currency. Now, of course, there'll probably be black market currency out there and shit like that. That might be a thing. But nonetheless, guys, digital currency, as far as mainstream goes, or cryptocurrency, sorry, as far as mainstream goes, they're going to outlaw it. And then if you don't turn that money, and they're going to give you an option. I know they are. They're going to give you an option to turn that digital currency or cryptocurrency, into digital currency. And people are going to jump all over it. Now, they said there's upsides to having digital currency, right? The CBDC. And one of them they keep pushing is faster transactions. So if you want to get your tax returns today, this second, sign up for CBDC. If you want to fight inflation, sign up for the CBDC. Now, I don't know how they can solve the inflation problem. I don't know. I don't want to know. All I know is that they're pushing bullshit. They're also, at some point or another, one person mentioned it, and I'm pretty sure they're going to run with it now, but they said it also cuts down on diseases because you're no longer handing over physical currency. So there's less transmission of diseases. And I'm like, look at these fucking guys. They're doing everything and anything, and they're reaching with these excuses and reasonings for having CBDC, but people are going to believe it. People are like, that's right, I don't want AIDS, so maybe I won't have dollars anymore. The stupidity behind the stupidity, it's insane. But people believe this. Because anytime world government talks, guys, people will believe it. And then you have us, the knuckleheads, the so-called rebels, patriots, which they're trying to change the term for patriot, by the way, by meaning, like terrorist and fuck. Again, that's another subject I don't want to get into because it's just going to piss me off. But nonetheless, guys, they're trying to change everything. The meanings of certain words, how you fucking spend your money. They're definitely going to attach this CBDC and initiate the social credit scoring system, which is ultimately going to be tied into your social media account as well. And then they're going to have ultimate and total control as to what you do, what you say, how you say it. Because, hell, you might be saying something that they want you to say, but they don't like the way you're saying it. So they want you to say structurally. It is about total and utter control, guys. Now, there's a theory behind it, the total, utter control, and I'm starting to entertain it a little bit. This popped into my head, and it has to do with all of the bullshit we're seeing with aliens. Again, I'm not going to go down that road completely until I can come up with something that sounds or makes sense. So right now in my head, it sort of makes sense, but if I say it out loud, it might not make sense. So I'm going to sit on it and see where this alien bullshit goes. By the way, I'm not impressed with any of this alien crap. We have alien ships and biological material and people and all kind. Who gives a fuck? We've been saying this for years. We've been telling people that aliens exist and all this other shit, and people are like, you're crazy, that's stupid, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Now the government's coming out and saying it. When I was sitting there talking about, hey man, Area 51's a real place, they're like, no, it's not, you're an idiot, it doesn't exist. Then the government comes out and goes, yeah, Area 51's real. Can we believe the government anymore? Telling us that Mr. 19 was the biggest threat to humanity, and it wasn't. Telling the people, oh, the arm ticket's going to solve everyone's problem. It hasn't. But idiots and morons will continue to believe the governments because they're stupid. Now, guys, with the CBDC, we did see control, not with CBDC, but we did see countries try to control, or rather they did control people's bank accounts when they didn't like what they were doing. For example, in Canada with the whole trucker strike for the vaccine. The truckers and people who supported them in Canada had their accounts frozen, bank accounts frozen. In Pakistan, they did the same thing, with the exception of they threw the threat out there. I guess they watched Canada do it and they were like, whoa, we could do that? And Pakistan, who had riots going on at the time, turned around and told these people, if you don't quit your shit, we're going to freeze your accounts. And then with that, the protest stopped. So, guys, we're seeing countries control bank accounts, freezing them. And that's not even with the CBDC. That's just regular accounts right now. With CBDC, forget about it. And to boot, guys, CBDC also gets tracked. Every dime you spend on what you spend, it gets tracked. You can't sit there and, pay dollars anymore in Taiwan, right? Because now you got to use CBDC to have any kind of payments, because they ultimately, guys, are going to get rid of physical currency. I don't know when it's going to happen. At least I don't know when it's going to happen here. But I know other countries are starting to diminish their physical currency by getting rid of certain dollar bills or currency bills like 50s and 100s or whatever it is. So we're definitely going to start seeing that here. I just don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be in 5 years from now. I don't know if it's going to be next year. Point is, guys, once they start getting rid of physical currency all over the world, forget about it. We're fucked. Because now we have to be in the system to get anything out of the system. And we have to be good little drones to make sure that our bank accounts are not frozen. Now, initially, guys, they're not gonna implement all of this at once. I think they're gonna do this over time. The whole frog in the pot, right? If you take things away too quickly or you add things in too quickly, that's gonna disrupt people's lives. They're gonna raise up and cause hell. But if you do things at a slow pace and the idiots of the world don't recognize it, well, then they got away with something. Then not that they got away with something, now they were able to implement change without people actually realizing this. Those of us conspiracy theorists, we're seeing where this is going. And yes, guys, it's still theory until it comes to fruition. Up until then, it's just theory, and it's just conspiracy theory. But a lot of our conspiracy theories have been right. Like I said earlier, digital currency, guys, will be connected to social media. 19 social media platforms in Europe right now are being told that they have to follow new rules and regulations if they want to operate in that country. Meaning that one of the rules that they have to follow is that they sort of get rid of free speech, and they make sure that the narrative that's being spoken about or told is only the narrative from the country that they're operating in, right? So, for example, Greece wants people to know that, there's no more Slovakia, whatever the hell that shit is they eat out there, that social media has to go on there and get rid of anybody who's saying, oh, no, they're selling Slovakia over here. So they want to control every aspect and everything that's being said. So, and that's something that, again, these 19 social media platforms, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and more, they have to abide by these rules, or they're going to get fines and or told not to operate in that country. And not only are they being told to pretty much take everybody's freedom of speech away, though certain countries don't have it, they're also being told to limit the amount of harmful content that's being shown on it. But I don't know what that means. Again, a country could deem anything harmful, and then these social media countries operating in those said countries have to listen to them, or they're going to be fined daily and then told not to operate in that country. Anyway, guys, the CBDC seems like it is going to be a huge problem. We are going to have to get away from this as soon as possible before they implement this thing completely here in the United States. As far as other countries, they're going to have to figure that shit out for themselves, and they're going to have to figure it out very, very fast. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.